What up guys, it's Wednesday, it's time for an awesome hardcore workout. But also, I'm gonna give you some thoughts and idea on this whole challenge. Mainly the objective of looking within. What am I good at? What am I bad at? That's what's coming up. Come on, baby. Enough with the meditation. Let's get this party started. So while I'm doing some very easy and brief rotator cuff warm-ups, thought I'd talk to you guys. It's Tuesday. Why do I keep saying it's Tuesday? It's Wednesday. It's our third day of doing this challenge where the objectives are, you know what, it's just disturbing. This week is about looking within, but also taking in external sources to have an objective opinion of who we are, what we're good at, and what we're bad at. We're doing this because we want to become more self-aware, so we can make better decisions in life, so we can have a solid foundation knowing who we are. So we're rigid. That doesn't mean we can't do stuff. It just means that we know that we have some competitive edges, and for our interests, for our own interests, it would be best to bet our money on those things. Because what we're trying to aim at in some way is that in our life we want to do the things that we're good at and that we enjoy doing. And if that in the long run means working with something that we really have a pounding heart for, but maybe isn't a very lucrative business, that means that we want to zone in on some things that we want to have as a career. We need to work on our strengths. We need to bet on our strengths. We need to take that path, because otherwise we won't be able to do that. It will be too competitive against others. That's what I'm saying here. We're doing this not only to become more secure in who we are, but also so we can have a life that takes us in that path, and maybe actually have that as a career, doing our own business if that's our thing. I'm not saying everybody's meant to have their own business. I'm just saying that's a way of incorporating your love passion area, making it able for you to actually earn some money doing what you love. So the first objective of this week was to look within, look to your childhood. What did you do when you were a kid and you enjoyed doing it? But also, what are you still enjoying today? And in addition to that, what are you not so good at? That's equally important to outline. That's not only for your mates to tell you. You should have that self-awareness. So I started to do this Monday, 2 days ago, as I outlined in the objective. Sit down for 5 minutes and write down the things you were good at when you were a kid. And as I said, I like to add to that. Outline the things you're not so good at. So if I were to give you an example of, I'm a mechanical engineer, I have a master's degree in that. But throughout my years of studies, I always had to put in such an effort to just pass my math classes, engineering classes. It was just pure hell to me in some sense. Of course, I enjoyed it when I managed to finally get the things, but it just wasn't something that came easy to me. But then I discovered business classes, an alternative path for me within my engineering school. And all of a sudden it all came so easy to me. It was fun, easy, and I just loved it. Because I always had a sense for buying and selling stuff, business. My dad is an entrepreneur, so I had that line within me, but I just suppressed it because of the engineering courses and all that. And that insight that something that for some people was equally hard as the engineering classes was for me could come so easy to me. It just made it obvious that this is what I should do. This should be incorporated in my life to a much, much, much more greater extent than the engineering courses. The small, tiny details in the calculation of some part that maybe isn't my strong suit. I will never be able to be great at that skill. And that's good, because then I know that's not my path. I have a different path in mind. So when I started to do this 2 days ago, it was thoughts I've had before. It also started to untangle something bigger. I've been thinking subconsciously about my strengths throughout the week. Small things, what I'm good at, what I'm bad at. Reflecting on myself in this way really makes me go deeper and... Oh, scheiße. You really try to find the answers, and you put it in a relationship what it could mean to you to actually follow these paths that are outlined for you, your natural inclinations. When you have that importance in mind, you go deeper. So I've really been dwelling on it. I've been dreaming about it. I've been thinking about it, and things have just popped up. And I've really realized that what's important to me, that's not important to you. What's important to you is that you do this process. Just start to think about it. You don't have to have a timer, sit down 5 minutes, do this. Think about it. Think, and take notes. This is heavy. Go deep within yourself. This also brings us to the second objective of this week. Talking to people that knows you well and get an objective view on yourself. Ask them what you're good at, what you're not so good at. But that also means that you have to make them feel comfortable telling you these things, because it's an uncomfortable conversation. It's always uncomfortable, hearing the truth. But it's very, very healthy. And also the good things you hear warms you up. Ask 3 persons, that's just a number. Ask as many as you can. Ask as many as you can. And go deep.